Next, we have police sergeants. Anybody that just passed a test, come on up. So proud of you. Okay, so raise your right hand. Okay, now say your name.
I'm Marissa Curry.
Hi, Terry Young Jr. Mike Yohoy. Vincent Nunez.
All right, y'all make some noise just for that.
Another day, another lawsuit. This lawsuit alleges that Tiffany Henyard falsified police sergeant test scores and unlawful police received promotions. Let's get into it. So yes, if you guys check out this article here from the EdgarCountyWatchdogs.com, talks about this situation here where Tiffany Henyard provided promotions to people who did not deserve it. What else is new? Well, you guys are going to pretend to be surprised? Come on. An amendment complaint was filed earlier this month. It was filed at the Cook County Circuit Court naming Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard in her individual capacity, Dalton Police Chief, Interim Chief Lewis Lacey in his individual capacity.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to calm down. If you do not calm down, I'm going to clear the whole room. Okay?
One more disruption, I am clearing the room.
Thank you.
Quiet, otherwise we are going to clear the room. Okay? One more word, we're going to clear the room. I'm clearing the
I'm
room.
just saying,
One more time, I'm clearing the room.
Point of wasting my time.
If you don't calm down, I'm going to clear the room. Okay, last time I'm going to say it.
And the Dalton Board of Police and Fire Commissioners, board member Devontae Stewart in his official capacity. And there were several members that received these promotions and had no business doing it. Before we get into the complaint and some of the problems that we have here, again, the super mayor is affecting police and the fire department and every aspect of the way these residents live their lives. Henyard has found some way to screw it up. But I've talked about this 5 months ago about some of the concerns some people had about test scores and certain police officers who passed the test getting skipped over promotions compared to those who failed the test. Dalton's dangerous gamble, promoting unqualified police officers, threatened community safety. In a shocking display of regard for the safety and well-being of the community, the mayor of Dalton, Illinois has made a perilous decision to promote new police officers who have failed to pass the police exam. To add insult to injury, the mayor bypassed the officer with the highest score, raising serious questions about the competency and the integrity of the promotion process. The cornerstone of any functional and just society is a law enforcement system that is both effective and accountable. By bringing in officers who have not met the minimum qualifications, the mayor is jeopardizing the safety of the citizens in Dalton. Policing requires a high level of expertise, training, and ethical conduct, and cutting corners in the recruitment process puts the entire community at risk. Imagine a police officer who studied, passed the exams, upheld standards, only to see colleagues who didn't make the grade get promoted. It's a slap in the face to those who take their duties seriously, which could lead to a demoralized and divided police force. And this is where some of the reports are saying that there's certain people who scored higher that did not receive the promotion, did not receive these jobs. When it comes to the super mayor, it's all about loyalty, not competence or having a moral compass. It's all about, are you loyal to this mayor? Now, in this complaint, they do tie in the issues with the police exams and again, people getting promoted that should not be promoted. So this complaint is from Jeffrey Duvies. I hope I'm pronouncing his name. This lawsuit is directly related to the falsified sergeant test scores. At the heart of this legal issue are accusations that test scores for police sergeant promotions were manipulated, leading to unqualified individuals being unlawfully promoted. The complaint details a series of events that point to a systematic corruption and blatant disregard for the rules governing police promotions. One of the major issues raised in the complaint is the composition of the BOFPC, the Board of Police and Fire Commissioners. By law, the commission is required to have 3 members to conduct any business. However, Mayor Henyard has failed to appoint replacements for the 2 vacancies, leaving Devontae Stewart as the sole commissioner. The lack of quorum means that no official actions can be taken, yet quote-unquote pseudo-official actions have been carried out regardless. Simple stuff here. I mean, the first question I'll ask is, why haven't those vacancies been filled yet? As the complaint states, the result of the 2 vacancies is that no business may be conducted and no official action of the commission can happen due to the lack of quorum, even though pseudo-official action has purportedly taken place. And again, I talked about this in the last video, but the falsified test scores Promotion testing for police sergeant positions is a very critical process designed to ensure that only the most qualified candidates advance. According to the rules and regulations of the commission, promotions should be made from those with the highest ratings. In this case, 5 officers took the test, but 3, Vincent Nuez, Terry Young, and Michael Gilhui, failed to meet the required 70% score, even after introducing chief merit points. Now, including the chief and merit points is significant because they're often added to the scores of candidates to recognize exceptional service, leadership, and other commendable qualities. So these points are meant to give a slight advantage to candidates that may be close to passing and they still failed. These tests are designed to assess knowledge, skills, and the abilities necessary for the responsibilities of the new role. And again, they're failing the test. Promoting individuals who failed these required tests have a ton of legal and ethical concerns. It can lead to accusations of favoritism, corruption, and breaches of regulations governing police promotions. This could lead to more lawsuits, loss of public trust, and increased scrutiny because no one believes any of this nonsense. A final eligibility test, which should be created by a duly appointed commission, mind you, they don't have it, during a public meeting, was published on November 3rd, 2023. This list included the names of all 5 officers. Let me see if I can show it on the complaint here. So as you can see here, this is where Henyard promoted these guys, even though most of them failed the exam. Mind you, 5 officers, 3 of them failed. And the interesting thing here, let me see if I can highlight this for you guys. The promotions of Curry, Nuez, Young, and Gilhui were not placed on the meeting agenda for the January 2nd, 2024 meeting. At that, there were still 6 vacancies at the rank of sergeant. So right there, Nuez, Young, and Gilhui did not receive scores above 70, did not pass the examination process, should not have been included in the final eligibility list. They did not earn this promotion. So that's why it's totally messed up. On January 2nd, 2024, Henyard went on her way to promote 4 of the 5 officers from this controversial list to sergeant positions. This decision was not included in the Dalton Board of Trustees meeting agenda, and no vote was held by the village board to approve these promotions. In that video that I posted earlier, Henyard can be seen expressing pride in the officers for quote unquote passing their tests, despite allegedly knowing they had not.
Next, we have police sergeants. Anybody that just passed their test, come on, I'm so proud of you.
I would assume to get there and put on your uniform and get that certificate or something and get the photo op, and you know you didn't pass the test. How can you do that as a police officer? How do you rationalize that? Okay, you know you didn't pass this test. You're going to still have this time for you to be in front of a meeting that's live streamed, people there, take a promotion when you clearly did not pass. Do you feel great by doing that? I don't think so. Complicating matters. On January 8th, 2024, there was a revived police sergeant promotional list, and it was published by the sole commissioner. Mind you, it should be a full commission, which is 3 people. They could have the quorum and have the decisions. But let's continue. This list showed all 5 officers passing the test. This revision was made without the commission's meeting or vote, which should have been impossible because there's only 1 commissioner. If you look at it, in the new, let's see the old test. So at the beginning of the test, they have DeFree, and DeFree is, Jeffrey DeFree is the one that's upset about this because he should have received the promotion, he didn't. This is the first test. This is November 2nd, 2023. He scored first. He passed the test with 72.9. Curry passed as well. The other 3 failed. Remember, 70 is passing. So Nuez failed, Young failed, and Gilhui, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Gilhui. However, in the new list, everyone passed. Everyone's doing pretty well. The final scores, look at the final scores right here. All of a sudden, Curry gets a 90. Nuez gets 84. Gilhui gets 83. Young gets 83. And mind you, the guy that had the highest score in the beginning, Jeffrey DeFries, all of a sudden he has only 83%. And then somehow, a couple days later in the same month, DeFries was served with the notice of final interrogation. The notice advised that DeFries would be subject to a disciplinary interrogation on February 8th, 2024, which is interesting. The plaintiff seeks a court order to compel the village to only promote those lawfully on the eligibility list. the highest scoring officer, who was not promoted, again, that was Jeffrey DeFries, is demanding promotion with back pay and the village to vote on the promotions made from the November 2023 list. And this is a list that's highlighted right there, where DeFries scoring the highest. How he scores the highest and still doesn't get the promotion. I'm sure they're going to try to find a way to finesse that and try to make it seem like he did something wrong. Of course, they're going to do so. The plaintiff alleges retaliation for reporting the falsified test scores to the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. This act of whistleblowing should have been protected, yet it resulted in adverse actions against the plaintiff. As you see right there, March 15, 2024, the village and Chief Lacey suspended DeFries for 5 days for making the complaint to what I just said, the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board. Chief Lacey is the only sworn officer with the authority to discipline sworn officers. And Jeffrey DeFries believed that this suspension was an act of retaliation by the village and Chief Lacey to responding to filing that complaint. It's just unfortunate. It's the highest level of betrayal when you think you have the best out there, the ones who are doing it the right way. They have promotional tests. You take it, you score, and based on that score, you decide if you're able to get promoted or not. And the idea that this Dalton is promoting people who do not deserve it, what am I going to say? Of course, it's no surprise. It's the par for the course, unfortunately. We'll see what happens with this lawsuit or this complaint here. I'm sure that Chief Lacey are going to smear this person, probably find 10,000 ways or 10,000 reasons why he was not promoted, make it seem like he was the bad guy here. But how did the other ones who failed, how did they pass? And there's no commission if just one guy there. There's one guy and there's supposed to be three. You can't have a quorum. Why did Henyard refuse to fill those other seats? Why? I'm guessing that one commissioner probably does everything she wants her to do. She likes control. Why would she put two other people in there? We're all just waiting for the FBI at this point. But what do you guys think about this story? What do you guys think about a situation where people are getting promoted for sergeant, which is a big deal, and they didn't pass the test? How safe can you be when you live in a community that promotes that kind of stuff? But thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.